When I say the phrase, the true coin of the Wild West, we usually gravitate towards the Morgan dollar, the big silver dollar made during the Wild West, right? The 1880s, the 1890s. Some people might think of, well, the Indian head cent, which is actually Lady Liberty with an Indian bonnet. We nickname it the Indian head cent. But the actual coin, the only coin in U.S. history that has the obverse and reverse design dedicated to the Wild West, was that nickel released as part of President Roosevelt's special in 1913, known as the Buffalo. And tonight, not only do we have a few Buffaloes, they're all gorgeous uncirculated coins. It is like a wow moment. Regular Buffalo nickels are a favorite. I love the series. It started in 1913, as I just referenced. It ran all the way to 1938. And at that time, it was replaced after 25 years by the Jefferson nickel we still see today. And the reason why we kind of pushed the coin out was the design flaw. The high point on the front of the coin is the shoulder of the Indian chief, which also happens to be where the date is. So they call them 3-date buffaloes. Regularly, you might have heard the phrase. And that means the last digit's worn off. You can't tell what year it was made. You just know it was made in the 20s or the 30s or the teens. And then the second is the reverse of the coin. Now, this one they did correct. The very first coin was on a mound and the word 5 cents rubbed off. It reminded everybody of the April Fool's Day coin, which is the no-cent Liberty nickel. So they put this hard line, tucked the word 5 cents under it, and then the mint mark is tucked under that. So the reverse corrected itself, and wow. But when you look at uncirculated Buffalo nickels versus regular, beautiful circulated coins, even 4-digit circulated, the night and day difference is a wow factor. The detail is just outright special. But we get to go back in time almost 100 years. Think about that, almost 100 years. These coins were the coins we have tonight as part of our bonanza, and I'll get into the details here in a second, are all dating from the 1930s. We have all 3 mint marks available. So there's P's, Philadelphia, D's, Denver, S's, San Francisco. And they're all gorgeous uncirculated specimens. So what we're going to do here tonight is make it a pretty simple deal. If you work with us and you buy a nickel, you get a random. You buy 2, you get 2 randoms. I think we can do 6 or 7 different coin mint mark examples. So what we're going to do, though, is to make it even more fun, if you buy 3 with us tonight, we guarantee you a mint mark set, a P, a D, and an S. Special stuff. But we're in 2025 right now, and the last Buffalo nickel was made in 1938. So we're looking at 85 to 90 years on almost all of these coins. Nickel is the softest of metals used by the U.S. Mint for making coins, which means they wear down horribly. We've all seen that over the years. And I explained earlier the issues we have with the Buffalo, with the dates being removed and the denominations on the early issues being tough. But when you start to see uncirculated coins, you see great detail in the shoulder. You see great detail in the hairline into the feathers on the obverse. You see the shoulders of the buffalo itself, or actually the American bison, the proper phrase, because there are no buffaloes in America. They're American bison. But again, we gave it a nickname and we're sticking to it, right? As you can tell, it's not just a hump. You can see detail in the hump, all the differences as you see in quality. Now look at the price. Again, we're talking about a coin made over 3/4 of a century ago. And tonight we're under $30 for a gorgeous uncirculated specimen. Outright special coins. So again, to reiterate one more time to keep it simple, repeat it a couple of times so hopefully we're all on the same page. I have 6 or 7 different coins tonight. Random P's, D's, and S's. It'll be random up to that number. Above that, you might get some duplicates. Odds are you will, but it's still a phenomenal value. But to make it even cleaner, we can give you a mint mark collection of the 3 mints that bought this if you buy 3. So if you buy 3, we'll get you a P, a D, and an S. Fun for everyone, right? That's the deal. But as I referenced, the oddball thing about the Buffalo nickel is it's one of America's favorite collectible coins. How often do you see a coin actually in uncirculated condition? And that's, we go through hundreds and hundreds of coins on our website. We sell lots of Buffalo nickels. Lots of you are collecting the series, and it's a lot of fun. However, finding uncirculated coins, specific uncirculated coins, is the challenge. Because again, over time, they get worn, they get passed away, they get destroyed. And that's just the shame, but it's part of all collecting. So tonight it's P's, D's, and S's. Beautiful uncirculated coins. But the best part, as always here on America's Value Channel, outside of the selection and the variety. I mean, we're talking, when's the last time you've heard anybody on TV talking about a collector coin for under $100? A few of the networks even have rules where they can't be under $100. We don't listen to that. We are here for collectors. We love collecting ourselves. I've been a collector since I was a paper boy back in the 1960s. So when we see collector deals, we're going to put together bonanzas and opportunities like tonight where people can join us for as low as $29.95, which is the price per coin, breaking it down to the easiest common denominator. And then as you would like more, you can just multiply it out. And then we'll define how we mark that out. As I referenced earlier, we have 6 or 7 different date and mint mark combinations in stock right now, which is why I wanted to get this on the air tonight. But also, if you buy 3 with us tonight, we guarantee you a mint mark collection, a P, a D, and an S, which is another great way to collect. Because we know bookends are the obvious. The first of something, the last of something. The first Buffalo, 1913. The last Buffalo, 1938 Denver. In between that is a lot of stuff, right? And many of us have that album or we have that chart and we're going to shows filling in the holes. A wonderful thing. But something I've always recommended over time, no matter what the series is, Standing Liberty quarters, Barber dimes and half dollars, bust half dollars from the early colonial days, they're beautiful coins. But when you see an uncirculated coin, it changes your opinion completely. So every collection should have an uncirculated piece of their collection in it. And once you see a couple of these beautiful buffaloes, you're going to fall in love with trying to put it together. And tonight with my competition, between $80 and $90 for the same exact coins we're showing you on the air right now. We have them available for $29.95 while they last. Guys, I do not have time for a clock. The phones are very busy right now. That's an option to go to the website, avccoins.com. Type in the item number tonight. It'll bring you right to it. Put your quantity in. Our people will know what it means if they see a 3. If they see us 3 for quantity, we will get you the P, the D, and the S. Simple, clean, no questions about it. But it's about value. 3/4 of a century old and then some. Uncirculated, wow, and we're under $30. And that's why we call this segment the Daily Deal.